The title of our next talk is Orange is the New Bankrupt. Prison laborers deserve higher wages. Please welcome Nandi Rogers.
Imagine the savory taste of your fried chicken as you bite into its crunchy skin. Imagine its juicy meat. Imagine the absolute satisfaction once you finish devouring your much-needed meal. This is the sensation the executive chef, Jeff Henderson, delivered through all his meals. There is no doubt that his delightful dishes did wonders on his customers. But you'll be surprised to find out he was sentenced a decade in prison for drug dealing. Henderson dealt drugs on the streets, earning $35,000 a week until his incarceration. Although hope seemed unattainable, Henderson was eventually able to dig himself out of hopelessness through vigorous labor he enjoyed, cooking. Henderson's quick passion for cooking drove him to make creative, tasty masterpieces. Although it took him years to find a job once he was released, Henderson's work was later respected by a highly esteemed restaurant, Caesar's Palace, by making him head chef. From a hopeless convict to a respected chef, Henderson proves that reward will come to those who seize the fruits of righteous labor. Unfortunately, there are other inmates who do not find this incentive and therefore fall back into committing crimes, even when desiring a stable life. Have American prisons done enough to help other individuals find the proper incentive to restore themselves? Or is there further work to be done? American prisons have implemented an effective system of incarceration to help convert convicts into common citizens, but unfortunately underestimate rehabilitation through righteous labor. Instead, American prisons compensate their prisoners with low wages and low motivation. Although America's prison system believes it is beneficial to pay their prison laborers a low wage, the current level of wages for low-level offenders must be higher because it will benefit society. In order to benefit society, hard workers must be recognized and rewarded in order for them to continue working vigorously. Working prisoners should be treated similarly for them to benefit society instead of harming it. However, many inmates are blocked from this opportunity because no matter how hard they work while they are in prison, they are not properly rewarded for it through their wages, which can cause an absolute barrier to employment once they are released, stated by Emily Galvin, a public defender and criminal defense attorney. True change and rehabilitation can only result if there are proper opportunities and incentives, such as minimum wage. Although a higher wage can help transform a prisoner's life of crime to a life of hard, honest work, there are some prisoners who refuse to accept this work. There are thousands of American civilians who suffer every year due to offenders' cruelty and desire of crime. Due to these criminals, many American civilians are hesitant to allow hardened offenders equal opportunity to work for higher wages. For example, Tom Cotton, an American attorney and Harvard Law School graduate with a JD degree, states in his article, Why I Oppose the Prison Reform Bill, that giving these dangerous, crime-driven offenders a second chance will harm society by killing our kids with drug addiction and by gaining an enormous income from crime. These offenders cannot be excused. However, there is still a great amount of prisoners who work hard to cleanse themselves from crime and hopefully leave prison with enough money to support themselves, to support their family, and to humble themselves to donate to their victim's family, or a victim donation. This can be represented through a victim family, or savings account for each working prisoner. Many inmates have children of their own who are stuck in poverty and may follow their parents' crime-filled footsteps. However, with a percentage of a prisoner's weekly wage, their children and their other families have better opportunities with their increased income. As for victims, William P. Quigley, a law professor and a director of the law clinic and Gillis Long Poverty Law Center at Loyola University, New Orleans, states that this wage can help compensate for anything a victim may need, although there is no amount of money that can make up for anyone's trauma. As a condition of this minimum wage, these prisoners must participate in life skills training, vocational training, spiritual growth, and rehabilitation in order to then increase the chances of success for prisoners to re-enter society as hard-working Americans. Once prisoners work hard to improve themselves, both mentally and spiritually, they will finally realize the fruits of honest work instead of living the life of a dangerous criminal. This will help protect society from the dangers of crime. America can no longer allow herself to tolerate injustice when there is a solution. These many evils within our country will continue to harm our physical, mental, and spiritual state if there is no action taken to eradicate them. We Americans are to uphold the morals the Constitution lays out in order to keep our country prosperous while staying within the lines of justice. Since we value individuals who work hard to have a purpose for their life, it is our duty to fight for their just wages in order to protect America's values. This is the justice the Constitution calls for. Friends, parents, Americans, I urge you to consider not only the life of the prisoner, but also the prisoner's mother, father, son, and daughter who long for them to return home and provide for them instead of continuing a life of crime. Let them earn a life of purpose. Thank you.